Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I'm using my Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. And I feel like it's been forever since I read with this deck. Like, I feel like it's been like over a year or something crazy like that. So I'm having fun just trying to shuffle these cards. This is such a big deck that I find it kind of awkward to shuffle with. Okay, so let's draw our cards. I'm going to draw one card. This card's going to represent Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. This next card is going to be Wednesday, Thursday. And this next card is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And my intention is just to get kind of an overview of the week ahead and hopefully get some ideas as to the opportunities that we're going to have, some of the challenges, and yeah, just get kind of a sneak peek of the week ahead. So the first card represents Monday and Tuesday, and this is the card of Ego. It's represented by Archangel Jophiel, and I'm not very good with my archangels and what they mean, so I'll just read the names out. I won't talk about them too much. The message on this card, I feel like there's glare. Okay. The message on this card says, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, and negative or fear-based thoughts. So in a Rider-Waite deck, this would actually be the Devil. But in this deck, they've renamed some of the cards, and so they've renamed the Devil Ego. Now, the Devil is actually one of my favorite tarot cards, and I just did a video last week, or a couple weeks ago now, on your least favorite tarot card, and a lot of people said their least favorite was the Devil. I have to say my favorite tarot card is the Devil, and I'll tell you why. So the Devil comes up for us when we might be feeling trapped by something, or when we feel like we're being kind of, enslaved by something. And that something could be a job, it could be a relationship, could be an illness, it could be a lot of different things. But really what it comes down to is that more than anything, it's about your thinking about that thing that is keeping you feeling trapped. It's not so much about the thing itself. So think about it like if you have a job that you don't like and you feel like, oh, I'm trapped in this job because I need to pay my bills and this job gives me money and there's no other jobs, blah, 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 blah. And that might be very true. But then there's also maybe a belief that you can't get another job, or that you're not good enough to start your own business, or that you have to be in this job. Like there's also like a mental component to it, which is also very important as well. And so this card is really a reminder that don't sit around and wait for circumstances to change, or don't wait for someone to come rescue you. It's really up to you to make changes for yourself, but more than anything, it's within your power to shift your perspective and set yourself free. Or not even necessarily shift your perspective, but start doing something differently. So one thing we know about patterns, when we're locked in a pattern, is especially if it's a pattern like in a relationship or something like that, like you do one thing, they do something else, and you have this habit, this pattern of always fighting the same way or whatever. The thing is you're part of that pattern. You're a piece of that puzzle. And so if you start doing something differently, even if everyone else does not do anything differently, the pattern is changed. So this is really a reminder about how powerful you are and how you do have it within you to change your actions, do something different, think about something in a new way. So that, I feel, is kind of the message with this card, is to do that. Okay, so beginning of the week, I guess I should relate it back to kind of the beginning of the week, what it means for us. I think it means if you're feeling overwhelmed or trapped in something, in a particular issue or part of your life, ask yourself, what can I do differently here? And then when we move on to Wednesday and Thursday, we have two major arcana cards. We've got Ego, or the Devil, and we've got the Chariot. So the Chariot is represented by Archangel Metatron, and this card says, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. So the Chariot is really about moving onward and upward. It's about progressing and achieving things. And it's an interesting card in a lot of ways. I think what it means for us is that the middle of the week we're going to be making gains in some way. So if we have goals, if we've set out to do something, we're going to be making a lot of headway this week, particularly midweek. But it all hinges on what we do at the beginning of the week. So I think if we're able to step out of some of our old patterns, if we're able to see ourselves in a different way, and if we're able to meet the challenge of doing something different in our lives, whether that's acting different, thinking different, having different kinds of feelings, whatever that is, that's going to result, if we're able to do that, whatever extent we're able to do that, it's going to affect the extent that we're able to move forward. And an interesting thing about the Chariot is there's two horses driving the Chariot. There's the white horse and there's the dark horse, the black horse. And the black horse to me symbolizes kind of your shadow self. This is the part of yourself that you maybe aren't aware of, or the part of yourself that you might reject. And the white horse is, of course, your conscious self and the part of yourself that you might celebrate and that other people accept. And both of these selves need to be on board, and they need to be going in the same direction in order for you to move forward. If the dark horse is ignored or rejected, it's not going to go forward, and you're not going to get very far. So this is really about acknowledging all the different aspects of yourself, and acknowledging all aspects of yourself when you're wanting to achieve something or move forward. And then when we get to the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have 5 of air. So the suit of air is also, in a Rider-Waite deck, it would be the suit of swords. So this could also be the 5 of swords. And it says, an unwise choice, learn what you can from the situation and review everyone's motives. So 5 of air, 5 of swords. It's one of my least favorite cards in the deck. I always get confused whenever it comes up. It doesn't matter how much I know about tarot. I always kind of get annoyed when this card comes up in a reading. So here it is in a reading. 5 of air, I feel like it's more kind of a warning, because it seems like we're kind of going along full steam here. We've done some inner work. We're really productive. Everything's going great. And then on the weekend, there's some issue that can happen. And I feel like in one way, it's something to do with like a mental issue. So it might be about the thoughts that we're having, the way that we're seeing something. And I say that because the suit of air is all about mind and thoughts. But it's about some kind of conflict with another person. So it could be, or a group of people. So it could be everyone in the group has a different way of looking at things, different motives, different goals, and that can cause a certain kind of conflict or stress. So there's something like that could happen. I feel like there's something else with this card. I feel like I'm not getting the essence of this card. The first 2 cards were easy for me. This one, not so much. I'm drawn by the fact that it looks like they're all getting along. It doesn't look like a negative card when I look at it. So I'm going to turn it over to you, the viewer, and I'm going to ask you to help me interpret the 5 of air, and let me know what you see in this card and what you make of it, because I'm not really sure. I'm kind of stumped, so I need your help. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. My name's Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and I look forward to reading your interpretation of the 5 of air.